13 environmental toxins, sneaking into your food and body that may cause cancer. You may think your food is safe, but what if invisible toxins are silently invading your body every day? Many of the foods we eat contain environmental chemicals, pesticides, heavy metals, and preservatives that accumulate over time. These hidden toxins can disrupt hormones, increase inflammation, and even raise cancer risk. Today, we're exposing 13 environmental toxins that sneak into your food and body so you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Watch closely. These dangers may already be in your kitchen or dinner plate. Your long-term health depends on the choices you make today. 1. Pesticide residues. Fruits and vegetables are often coated with pesticides to prevent insects and extend shelf life. While helpful for crop yield, these chemicals can remain on your food even after washing. Chronic exposure has been linked to hormone disruption, liver toxicity, and some cancers. Children are especially vulnerable due to their smaller body size and developing systems. Over time, residues accumulate in fat tissue and organs. Even eating healthy produce can contribute to toxin buildup if not carefully sourced. Certain pesticides, like organophosphates, can impair nervous system function. Repeated exposure may increase oxidative stress in cells and DNA damage. Awareness of food sources is critical for reducing cumulative risks. Organic produce is often grown without synthetic pesticides, reducing exposure. Proper washing and peeling can remove surface residues. Prioritizing organic or thoroughly washed produce is a simple preventative step. Healthy alternative precaution. Choose organic or locally grown produce. Wash thoroughly and peel fruits and vegetables when possible to reduce pesticide exposure. 2. Heavy metals, lead, mercury, cadmium. Heavy metals can enter food through contaminated soil, water, or processing equipment. Fish, rice, and leafy greens may carry measurable levels of mercury, lead, or cadmium. Chronic exposure can damage the kidneys, nervous system, and liver. Even small amounts accumulate over years, silently impairing health. Long-term effects include neurological damage, hormonal disruption, and increased cancer risk. Many people are unaware of how frequently they consume heavy metals. Mercury from certain fish can impair brain development in children and fetuses. Lead exposure affects cognitive function and increases oxidative stress. Cadmium may accumulate in kidneys, increasing cancer risk. Awareness and careful food choices are key. Testing local water and soil sources can also reduce exposure. Taking proactive steps limits long-term harm. Healthy alternative precaution. Eat low-mercury fish like salmon and rotate foods. Wash and cook vegetables thoroughly, and consider filtered water to minimize heavy metal intake. 3. Plasticizers, BPA and phthalates. BPA and phthalates are chemicals found in plastic packaging, food cans, and even beverage bottles. They can leach into food, especially fatty or acidic items. These chemicals are endocrine disruptors, interfering with hormone regulation. Long-term exposure increases the risk of reproductive disorders, metabolic diseases, and certain cancers. Even storing food in plastic containers can slowly release toxins. Awareness of packaging is essential to minimize exposure. BPA exposure is linked to insulin resistance and oxidative stress. Phthalates can affect thyroid function and promote inflammation. Small daily exposure may accumulate over time, creating hidden health risks. Even microwave heating in plastic containers can increase leaching. Reducing contact with plastic is a simple but effective precaution. Choosing safer alternatives protects long-term health. Healthy alternative precaution: store food in glass, stainless steel, or BPA-free containers, and avoid microwaving food in plastic. If you're learning things you never knew before, pause and hit that like button. It helps this video reach more people who need to protect their health. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the rest of these hidden toxins that could be lurking in your food. Share this video with friends and family because knowledge about these invisible dangers can literally save lives. The choices you make today can protect your body for years to come. Stay tuned. because the second half of this list reveals more shocking toxins you'll want to avoid. 4. Glyphosate, Roundup residue. Glyphosate is a herbicide widely used on crops like soy, corn, and wheat. Residues can remain in grains and processed foods. Long-term exposure has been linked to hormonal disruption, gut microbiome imbalance, and certain cancers. Glyphosate is particularly concerning because it accumulates over time. Even eating conventional cereals, bread, or soy products may increase exposure. Many people unknowingly consume it daily. Studies suggest glyphosate may disrupt gut health, impairing digestion and immunity. Chronic intake can increase oxidative stress and DNA damage. Awareness of processed food sources is critical. Choosing non-GMO or organic products can reduce glyphosate exposure. Cooking and washing alone may not remove residues. Selecting safer crops and brands is a preventative step. Healthy alternative precaution. Choose organic or non-GMO grains, soy, and cereals to reduce glyphosate exposure. 5. Artificial food dyes. Artificial dyes like red 40, yellow R5, and blue R1 are used to enhance color in snacks, drinks, and candies. These dyes may contain trace contaminants from the manufacturing process. Chronic consumption has been linked to behavioral issues, hormone disruption, and tumor development in animal studies. Children are especially vulnerable due to smaller body weight. Even occasional consumption adds cumulative risk over time. Awareness is crucial for protecting your health. Artificial dyes may increase oxidative stress and DNA damage. Repeated exposure can impair detoxification pathways in the liver. Even foods marketed as fun or healthy can contain these dyes. Reducing intake of brightly colored processed foods is key. Natural alternatives provide color without harmful chemicals. Making informed choices reduces long-term toxin accumulation. Healthy alternative charm precaution. Opt for natural food colors from beet juice, turmeric, or spirulina, and reduce processed snack consumption. By now, you may be shocked to realize how many toxins silently accumulate in your food and body. These invisible dangers could be affecting your health every day. It's time to take control of what enters your body. 6. Preservatives, sodium nitrite, BHA, BHT. Preservatives like sodium nitrite in processed meats or BHA, BHT in cereals and snacks extend shelf life but can form carcinogenic compounds during digestion. Chronic intake increases cancer risk, particularly colorectal and stomach cancers. Even small daily doses accumulate over time. These preservatives can also stress the liver and impair detox pathways. Many processed and packaged foods are loaded with hidden preservatives. Awareness of labels is critical. Nitrites can form nitrosamines, which are linked to DNA damage. BHA and BHT are associated with oxidative stress in cells. Over time, cumulative exposure can promote tumor formation. Reducing processed meat and packaged snack consumption lowers risk. Choosing fresh and minimally processed foods protects long-term health. Healthy alternative precaution. Choose fresh meats, whole foods, and preservative-free snacks. Read labels carefully to avoid harmful additives. 7. Trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils. Trans fats are used in processed foods to extend shelf life and improve texture. Chronic consumption increases inflammation, heart disease risk, and may contribute to cancer development. They accumulate in fat tissue and impair cellular function. Even small amounts in baked goods or fried foods can contribute to long-term risk. Many people unknowingly consume trans fats daily. Awareness is essential to protect health. Trans fats increase oxidative stress and insulin resistance. Over time, they can damage DNA and promote tumor growth. Reducing intake is key to lowering long-term cancer and heart disease risk. Even occasional consumption adds cumulative effects. Choosing natural fats can replace trans fats safely. Healthy alternative precaution. Cook with olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil. Avoid packaged snacks with partially hydrogenated oils. 8. Mercury in seafood. Certain fish, especially large predatory species, accumulate mercury from polluted waters. Mercury exposure affects the nervous system, hormones, and kidneys. Chronic exposure may increase cancer risk over time. Pregnant women and children are particularly vulnerable. Even moderate consumption can contribute to accumulation. Awareness of mercury levels in seafood is essential. Mercury binds to proteins in the body, impairing enzyme function. Oxidative stress and DNA damage can result from long-term exposure. Rotating seafood and choosing low-mercury fish reduces cumulative risk. Cooking alone does not remove mercury. Being selective about seafood protects long-term health. Healthy alternative precaution. Eat low-mercury fish like salmon, sardines, and trout, and limit consumption of tuna, swordfish, or king mackerel. 9. Arsenic in rice and grains. Arsenic naturally occurs in soil and water, but can concentrate in rice, cereals, and grains. Chronic exposure may increase cancer risk, particularly skin, lung, and bladder cancers. Even small daily consumption adds cumulative exposure. Children are more susceptible due to smaller body weight. Arsenic exposure also affects the heart and liver over time. Awareness of food sources is critical. Brown rice often contains more arsenic than white rice because arsenic accumulates in the bran layer. Cooking and rinsing rice can reduce, but not eliminate, arsenic. Awareness of sources like rice cereals for infants is important. Choosing diverse grains reduces risk. Rotating grains protects long-term health. Healthy alternative are precaution. Choose quinoa, barley, oats, and other grains to reduce arsenic exposure. Rinse rice thoroughly before cooking. 10. Glyphosate in processed foods. We already covered glyphosate in crops, but processed foods like cereals, snacks, and soy products may also carry residues. Chronic exposure may disrupt gut microbiota, increase oxidative stress, and raise cancer risk. Even healthy processed foods can be contaminated. Awareness of brands and sourcing is critical. Small daily consumption accumulates risk over time. Reducing processed food intake is key. Choosing organic or non-GMO products reduces glyphosate exposure. Cooking does not remove residues completely. Rotating grains and legumes helps minimize exposure. Being selective and informed is essential. Awareness protects long-term health. Healthy alternative source precaution. Prioritize organic or non-GMO processed foods, or choose whole, minimally processed alternatives. 11. PFAS, forever chemicals. PFAS are industrial chemicals found in non-stick cookware, fast food packaging, and some water sources. They persist in the body and are linked to liver, kidney, and testicular cancers. Chronic exposure is nearly impossible to eliminate entirely. Even small, repeated exposure over time increases health risk. Many packaged foods and fast foods are primary sources. Awareness and careful food sourcing are critical. PFAS accumulate in fat tissue and blood. Over time, they disrupt hormonal systems and impair detoxification. Chronic exposure contributes to inflammation and tumor-promoting environments. Being aware of packaging is essential. Choosing safer cookware and food sources reduces cumulative exposure. Healthy alternative precaution. Use stainless steel, glass, or cast iron cookware and avoid fast foods packaged in coated wrappers. 12. Antibiotics in meat. Meat from conventionally raised animals often contains antibiotics. Chronic exposure may alter gut microbiota, contribute to antibiotic resistance, and increase cancer risk indirectly. Even occasional meat consumption adds small doses of these drugs. Awareness is key for long-term health. Many conventional meats contain multiple antibiotic residues. Reducing intake is critical. Antibiotics in meat can increase inflammation and impair immune function. Repeated exposure may also stress liver detox pathways. Over time, this creates hidden health risks. Awareness and selective sourcing reduce cumulative harm. Choosing antibiotic-free meat protects your long-term health. Healthy alternative precaution. Eat organic or pasture-raised meats, or consider plant-based protein alternatives to avoid antibiotics. 13. Mycotoxins, mold toxins. Mycotoxins are toxins produced by molds growing on grains, nuts, and dried fruits. Chronic consumption may increase liver cancer risk and impair immune function. Even low-level exposure over years can accumulate. Mycotoxins are difficult to remove completely from contaminated food. Awareness of storage and sourcing is critical. Many foods appear safe but carry hidden toxins. Mold toxins can increase oxidative stress and DNA damage. Chronic exposure may also promote inflammation. Awareness of contaminated batches reduces long-term risk. Proper storage and rotation of grains and nuts helps minimize exposure. Consuming contaminated foods unknowingly can add cumulative risk. Healthy alternative to precaution. Store grains, nuts, and dried fruits in dry, airtight containers and choose fresh, mold-free products. If this video opened your eyes, like, share, and subscribe to help protect yourself and your loved ones. Reducing exposure to environmental toxins can dramatically improve your long-term health. Knowledge is power. Now you have the tools to make safer choices every day.